Y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for stopping by. Y'all, I am so excited for this video today because we're talking Kindles. And more specifically, we're going to talk about some hacks that you can use to make your Kindle special and fancy and all your own. So before we get into all that, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with the shenanigans. All right, so let's jump straight into this because y'all know once I get to talking about Kindles, I end up down rabbit holes and we end up talking for like 45 minutes and I tell you everything that I know about Kindles. Today is not going to be one of those days. I'm going to talk to you about three things. I'm going to talk to you about adding custom fonts to your Kindles, talk about making folders, like grouping together your books, and I'm going to talk about making custom screensavers or like custom lock screen thingies for your Kindle. So that's all we're going to do. So let's jump in and get started. So I am going to click over to my computer screen so that I can show you how to do all these things. So the first thing that we're going to do is make collections. That's what I was trying to come up with folders and group together thingies. Collections. Now, you know that, well, hang on, let's get on this thing. Right now, we're just inside my Kindle, my desktop Kindle app. And y'all do not Kindle shame me, but you can see my books are all just thrown in here. Now, I know, I just slowed down at the worst place. Let's roll back up a little. But you may or may not know that you can, from here, you can right click and just click add to a collection and add any given book to some collection that you've already made. But great day in the morning, y'all. I do not want to go through and have to do that for every single one of these books. So, and you can do that on your actual like physical Kindle as well. But again, it's cumbersome and I don't want to have to go through every single one of my books and do that. So here's what we can do. Instead of doing it in the Kindle app on your computer, go to Amazon. So I'm going to click over to Amazon. We don't need a walkthrough on how to get to Amazon, but go up to your accounts and lists. And from here, you can see that I can go to, see, there's my Kindle Unlimited, but my content library and devices is also here. So I'm going to click on content library. Y'all do not Kindle shame me. Because, so here's all of my content. Here's everything that I have. And I'm going to click on books because that's what I want to mess with right now. Because we're focusing, y'all. So let's look at one thing I want to show you. This is not what we're talking about, but let me go to a book that I don't mind doing this to. Let's look at, here we go, Soulless. So I have read this book, but let's say I go back and I want to read it again. And y'all, this is the only thing I'm going to do that's off task, I promise. Oh, hang on. My big head's in the way. So I can go to clear furthest page read. Y'all see that? So you ever read a Kindle book and then you want to go back and read it again and it keeps like taking you to your furthest page read, even though you want to read it again? You can clear furthest page read. And it says, hang on, are you sure you want to do this? Yes, please. Clear furthest page read. And now that resets you. And so you can go back and read the book again and it'll mark your page again as you read. I know many people know how to do that, but I promise there's 4 people out there that didn't know that and I just told them. So that's that. All right. So here are all the things you can do in there. Okay, we're not doing that. Stop. Get out of there. We are making collections. Now, I have found that the easiest way to do this is to establish a collection first. So if you go here to under view and you see where I'm viewing books now, you can decide what you want to view. But if you view collections, this will show you the collections that you've already created. And now let's say I want to create a collection called Actual TBR. So in my world, this is books that I'm actually gonna read. So I've successfully created my actual TBR collection. Now I'm going to go back to all my books, and I'm going to collect books that I think I'm actually going to read. I'm 100% going to read Under the Whispering Door. So I'm going to click that. Oops. I'm going to click that. And then I plan on reading Love and Chickens. Y'all, it's called Love and Chickens. How are you going to not read that? And I'm going to just add a couple of more books because y'all don't need to sit here and watch me sort all my stuff. Let's stick Soulless in there. And how about Love and Other Words? And maybe, do we want to get Kristen Hannah? All right, let's get Kristen Hannah. Let's do it. And then Daughter of the Moon Goddess. All right, this is getting ridiculous. Now this is just a TBR, not an actual TBR. This is like a, okay, I'll read all those books kind of list. So now I've clicked those books, and now I'm going to go back to the top. I guess I don't have to go back to the top because it's right there, duh. I'm going to click Add to Collections, and there's actual TBR. So I click actual TBR, make changes, and now 6 titles have been added to 1 collections. So let's pick any one of those books that's now in my collection. And I believe one of my options is now going to be remove from, add or remove from collection. So if I click on that, it shows me that it's in my actual TBR collection. So that's an easy way to move books like a bunch at a time in and out of collections. So if you have, I know who would do this, but if you have a whole bunch of books sitting in your Kindle and you haven't sorted them and they're not in collections and you want to put them into collections and you just look at them on your Kindle and you go, ugh, that's going to take me forever. You can just go on your desktop and do it, and it's quick and easy. And once you go back to your Kindle, they're all sorted into your collections. So quick and easy way to organize your Kindle. That's one. Number 2, let's talk about fonts. Now for this, I need to actually plug my Kindle into my computer. So I have my handy dandy USB-C cable that's already plugged in, and I'm going to plug my Kindle in. And when I do this, it shows up as a hard drive on my computer. So hang on, let me show you on my screen. So if you've never plugged your Kindle into a computer, it's pretty quick and easy. You can see right up there, it just kind of shows up. There we go. Takes a second. But then, let me see if I can open it from here. If we can see it, we can kind of see it. And this is what's on the Kindle. It's pretty simple. Here's where we're going. We're going to put things into fonts. But if you ever take screenshots of your Kindle, which we're not talking about that today, but you can take screenshots of your Kindle. We'll talk about that another day. But those show up in here. Or if you download documents, those will be in here. And here's where the fonts go. So here's what we're going to do. If you want to be super fancy, which, y'all, if you've been watching me for longer than a minute, you know this, like, this just crawls me. Like, I've tried so much to enjoy this, but I am just such a bookerly girl that having fancy fonts on my Kindle really just makes me nervous because I know that I want to use them, but I read in bookerly. That's just who I am. But if you're not a bookerly person, if you're fancy and you can read in fancy fonts, first of all, I envy you. And secondly, I'm going to show you how to do it. It's so simple. So first thing you have to do is go get the font. So let's get out of here. So now, of course, you can get your fonts anywhere you want. I'm just going to head over to 1001 free fonts. There we go. 1001 free fonts. And I'm going to do, is it serif or serif? I never know how to say it, but either way, that's what I'm going to do. Air which one it is, that's the one I'm picking. And y'all, I'm going to pick something that I think will be recognizably different when we go to use it on the Kindle so that you'll see that it's actually a different font. So let's pick, very tempted to pick Alice. Let's pick Alice because I think she looks a little different. So let's download Alice. And now I'm going to drag her onto a file on my computer. And she's a zip, so I'm going to open her. You see, here's Alice that I've just unzipped. So I'm going to open that, and right here, this is my, I've opened my Kindle, and that's my font folder. So, y'all, I don't know if this is just like an operator me error, but when I've dragged a folder like this into my font folder, I haven't been able to get it to work. But if I open this and then just copy these and drag them in independently, apparently this OFL.txt I already had, but whatever, I just had it keep both of them. So when I drag them in independently like that, the Kindle is able to recognize them and the fonts work. So we got that going. So now I'm going to close this and you can see, so here's fonts. I'm going to back out of this and you can see this is my Kindle. So I'm going to X out of that and I am going to eject my Kindle. And now let's switch over and look at, y'all are looking at my desktop. Let's get out of that. All right, so let's jump over and look at this on my Kindle. This, of course, it's in Bookerly right now, but let's look. You can see there's Alice right there. That's what we just downloaded. And there she is. You know what? Let me make it a little bigger so you can see it. Here's another fancy font that I've downloaded that I love, and I really wish that I could read in this font, but it like makes my teeth itch. Playfair Display, I think is so, look how pretty that is. I can make it like 7 lines and then I'm like, this, gotta change it. Anyway, so that's how you can download different fonts onto your Kindle. While we're here, let's go back and look at, we can sort, so from the library page, I don't know if we can do it from home, but definitely from, we can just do it from library. We can go in and switch to collections. To see collections instead of all. And there's the collection that we just made. And if we click on actual, I'm just trying to make sure y'all can see that, actual TBR, those are the books that I put in my actual TBR because they're the books I'm actually going to read. Anyway, okay, so that's collections and fonts. Now, y'all, the moment that maybe nobody's been waiting for, but I am so excited about this. Let me tell you all about this. So you can make your own, I don't know what it's called, like the splash screen, screen cover, screensaver, whatever it is that when you, it's got to be, so it has to be the non-ads Kindle. So the Kindle, like when it goes to sleep, it shows the cover of the last book that you opened. So like I just opened Under the Whispering Door, which is probably not going to open now because it has to download for a second. But so, or you know what? There, we'll just do this one. So the last thing I opened was that Kristen Higgins book. So when I close my Kindle, the cover of that book comes up, right? That's my splash screen when the Kindle's asleep. Well, y'all, you can make your own custom splash screens. They are so cute. They're so simple. Let me show you how to do it. So we got to jump back over onto the computer, and I'm going to go into Canva. And it's a couple of steps, but they're super simple steps. So don't be like, ugh, I'm not going to do that. That's so much. Y'all, I promise it is super simple. So let me jump into Canva. And so you start a project that's 1080 by 1440 pixels. And because it's going to be, so this is going to be the cover when you close your Kindle. This is going to be like the cover of a book. So because Kindles are black and white, it's probably best to do this in either black and white, or you might do it in like grayscale, but I'm just doing black and white. So either black background with white or white background with black. Obviously mine is black background with white. And all that I did was did a black background, and then I like added some white elements to it. And I exported it as or downloaded it as a PNG. So then, you know what? I'll just do it right now. So I do share, download, PNG. And then I hit download and just save it some kind of where. And I'm just going to call it FtDanielle Pick so I know what it is. And I'm gonna save it. And now, so now that's saved as a PNG. So now we need to convert that to an EPUB file or something that your Kindle will recognize as a book. So we need to go into Convertio.co and tell it choose file. I'm going to tell it FtDanielle Pick. And I need to tell it what I want to convert it to. And I want to convert it to an ebook, and I'm just going to do EPUB. Now you can do a bunch of different ebook formats, but I'm just doing EPUB. Convert. Done and dusted, y'all. So it is converting. It's super quick. And now I'm going to just download that onto my computer, because now I've made that into an EPUB file. Right now it's like a book, but now I need to make that the cover of the book. So now, and I know y'all are like, seriously, another step? So easy, so super simple, and it turns out so cute, trust me. So we just need to head over to onlineconverter.com/change EPUB cover. So we hit choose file and we choose our EPUB, click open, and then cover image. So the image that we want on the cover, that's the original one that we made in Canva. So we pick that image resize. I always just click fill, convert, boom. And boom goes the dynamite. It is converted. I download now. So now I drag that onto my computer. I kept both. I could have replaced, I guess. So now to get it to your Kindle, you could probably just drag and drop it on there, but I think the easier way to do it is just email it to your Kindle, like email it to yourself on your Kindle. So go into the email address that's associated with your Amazon account and then just send it to your Kindle. And if you don't know your Kindle address, your Kindle email address, because who knows that? I mean, I know mine, but what normal person knows their send to Kindle email address? Super simple. So fire up your Kindle, go into settings. Y'all, I got to change, this font's already driving me crazy. Go into settings, go into, so hang on, let me back up. Go into your Kindle, any page in any book, just go into that top menu bar, not that one, the actual top menu bar. I've highlighted, there we go. I had highlighted the top line of this page, so it kept thinking I was hitting the highlight. Go to those three dots on the far right-hand side, and you have a bunch of options in here, and settings is one of those options. So go to settings, go to your account, and then at the, oops, I just clicked the X. And then at the very bottom under your account is send to Kindle email. So simple. So there's my send to Kindle email. So I sent the image to that email, and I got a little email from Amazon saying, thanks for using your send to Kindle email. And y'all, looky here. So if I go back to, good gracious, it kept thinking I was messing with that highlighted line. If I go back to, oh, this is, I need to go to, I'm still in collections. So I need to go to all my stuff, because of course that image is not in a collection. And looky here, there's our image. So if I click on that, so now the Kindle sees that as a book. So if I close my Kindle, and again, you have to have your ads turned off. So now when my Kindle's sitting here not doing anything, that's what it looks like. Y'all, how cute is that? I know it's completely useless and like, let me move that camera, and utterly silly, but I love it and I can hardly stand myself. So now it's a book, right? So all I have to do when I want to actually read a book that's not just a picture that I made on Canva is go back into my library and open whatever book I'm reading. When I finish reading, when I close my Kindle, of course, it's going to be the cover of that book, unless I remember to put it back on my super cute book that I just made. So those are my hacks. Collections, fonts, and making the cover of your Kindle super cute just because you love it. Why do I feel like I thought of something else I was going to tell y'all? Oh, ads. I know a lot of people have talked about this, but if you have a Kindle that's, I guess they call it ad supported. So when you buy a Kindle, you can pay a little bit less and you get ads on it. And some people like those ads because a lot of times, at least supposedly, it learns your, like what you like to read and what you check out from Kindle Unlimited and what you buy. And so those are the ads that it sends you. If you want to keep your ads, keep your ads. But if you want to make your own Kindle cover, or if you want the cover of the actual book that you're reading on your Kindle, just reach out to customer service and say, hey, there are ads on my Kindle and can you help me get rid of them? And I've had great success getting the ads taken off of my Kindles without having to pay for it. I did one today and the guy, I don't know if it was a male or female, but the customer service representative was like, yeah, but you got a discount on your Kindle for having the ads. So you're going to have to pay the difference to have the ads removed. And I was like, oh, you can't help me? Oh, dang it. Okay, well, what's the difference? And by the end of the conversation, the person had removed the ads at no charge. So I have found that if you're just really nice to them and like say please and thank you and I appreciate you, in every sentence, anytime you can work it in, show them that you appreciate them because you're trying to get something for free. I have found that they will do it for you. So that's been my experience. Anyway, do that, make you a cute Kindle cover, get your fonts, get your books organized in collections, and enjoy your Kindles. Y'all, what tips and tricks do you love on your Kindle? What do you have to have on your Kindle? Let us know in the comments. And definitely, if you've personalized your Kindle with some kind of screensaver, or if you plan to do it, once you do, can you drop pictures in the comments? Drop us a picture in the comments and let us see your Kindle. Y'all, thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you made it this far, we are most definitely friends. So go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with the shenanigans. I upload food and fitness videos at the beginning of every week with some book videos sprinkled in between. See you on the next one.